scoring game. I'm not in love with either defense. The Chiefs have 6 sacks in the last 6 games, and Derek Carr was clean. Well, you leave 12 in Tampa clean, and he'll pick you apart. So that's why I'm anticipating a very high-scoring game. Would I be surprised 41-38, 45-41? I would not be surprised if I got a score to approach that. Skip, Mahomes is great. I mean, I don't really know what else there is to say about him. I mean, he's 27-2, I think 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 3,000 yards. He's on pace to throw for 40 touchdowns and almost 5,000 yards, right at 5,000 yards. The key for Tampa, Skip, they're going to have to run the football. You're gonna have to control the clock and run the football. And I believe you can run the football against Kansas City. Kansas City defense doesn't look like it did at the midway and finishing up last year. It looks like the 2018 defense, Skip, that had trouble, and that's what cost them from getting to back-to-back Super Bowls because they couldn't stop Tom Brady, even though they got him in 3rd and 10 3 straight times in the championship game. They couldn't get him off the field, and it's starting to look like that defense again, and that concerns me. Tampa's banged up. Donovan Smith has been out all week. He got hurt in the game, but he finished the game against the Rams. The center, he left the game, Skip, and Arians is talking like he might be having a career-ending injury. Ali Marpet was in concussion protocol the last 2 weeks. So if they get him back...
I think they will.
Do you think they will?
I think so. He did practice twice.
The question is, if you can't generate pressure on Tom Brady, you can't beat him. If you look at the game that they've lost, Skip, it's a recurring theme. There's nothing spectacular. It's not like they ran the ball for 10,000 yards. They did one thing. New Orleans beat him twice, Chicago beat him, and the Rams beat him. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And for the most part, they did it with their front four. New Orleans, their front four. The Rams, their front four. Chicago, it was Hicks, it was Quinn, it was Khalil Mack. That's what did it. And if Kansas City can't pressure him with their front four, they're going to be in trouble. And Tom Brady will look like Tom Brady against Carolina because the back end for the Chiefs is average at best. And I'm being nice. They can be had. So if we come in here on Monday and Tampa's won this game, I ain't going to be shocked. Because I'm telling you, Kansas City has issues on the defensive side of the football. But Mahomes will be great. He will be extraordinary. I promise you.
So your final score is, at this point in time?
I'm going to go 41-38.
41-38. Interesting. Okay. You are picking Kansas City.
I'm picking Kansas City.
But you're not going to be surprised if that score is reversed.
No.
Okay. Just when I was ready to drive the Brady bandwagon all the way to the Super Bowl that's in Tampa.
And the MVP. You can go lie to give the MVP.
I was all in. The shock of the NFL season for me has been the Tampa Bay defense the last 2 primetime nights they have played. I love Todd Bowles. I have nothing but the deepest respect for Todd Bowles. I could not recognize the Todd Bowles defense against New Orleans on a Sunday night, followed by the Rams on a Monday night, both in Tampa Bay. I can't explain it because it is inexplicable that defense started looking almost as bad as my Cowboy defense looked earlier this year and for much of the year. It gave up 420 yards to Drew Brees and never really even slowed him down.
No.
It gave up 413 yards to Jared Goff, and it slowed him down here and there, but not nearly enough. And when he needed to go get a field goal to win the game, it was just candy from babies. They did not blitz Jared Goff much, and when they tried, he ate it alive. So the defense that has lived and died off blitzes, creative blitzes, especially featuring those 2 inside backers who just wreak havoc. Looping, stunting, coming from everywhere, corner blitzes. Nothing worked against the Rams, and they backed off very quickly on that. So what am I supposed to do with this? The greatest thing about Patrick Mahomes' year so far is he has annihilated blitzes. That's what he's done the best.
It's not even close what he's doing.
His QBR versus blitzes is 98. That means he's rarely missed a throw against a blitz. Okay, so what Todd Bowles does best
is what he eats the most.
He eats the most. he lives for blitzes. It looks like he's like his eyes light up because he has the most dangerous receiving core to me in all of pro football because nobody has the electrifying speed of Tyreek.
No.
And no tight end is better than Kelsey. Listen, he is a wide receiver playing tight end.
Yeah.
He's so athletic. He and Mahomes have such a wavelength that those are the two best weapons in pro football, and Patrick has them right at his fingertips. And he trusts both of them to the nth degree. Jamel Dean is one of the starting corners. He got concussed in the second half of the Rams game, and he did not practice this week. I'm going to guess he's not going to play.
Right.
Help me out. What am I supposed to do with this now?
Yeah.
The defense has been pitiful in 2 straight games. Here comes an even better offense, and a starting corner is not going to play. What do you think's going to happen? Listen, seriously, your man, my homeboy, should be ashamed if he doesn't score 40 points. Seriously, it's on a silver platter to score 40.
Skip, you talk about how Todd Bowles likes to blitz, but if you look at when he was in Arizona, what did he have? He had 2 guys, Crow and Pat P, that can go lock people down. So now I can blitz, Skip, because now if you blitz, you got young guys on the back end that they guess entirely too much and they have lazy eyes because they're not paying attention to the receiver. They're trying to get cheap picks. And next thing you know, guys double move them, guys will run by them. You're like, bruh.
Because in my life watching professional football, observing, covering pro football, I've never seen more open receivers than Drew Brees had on that Sunday night. I'm talking about wide open where it's 10 yards of distance to the DB.
And teams, what it looks like to me is that the teams are trying to put those guys in space. And so Todd Bowles is trying to cover up for them being in space by blitzing them. Skip, they're not cover guys. Those are thumpers. And they want to come downhill and they want to knock people's blocks off. Well, I'm trying to get you in coverage. You don't want them covering Kelsey. You don't want them trying to cover slot receivers up the seam and on the sail route. That's not where they're good at. You want them coming downhill.
I am enamored of Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yes.
He's a great pick, and he will become a great player.
Yes.
He's a rookie playing safety. And you know and I know he's going to false step occasionally.
Yeah.
He's going to bite. He's going to be a little late. It's just going to happen.
Yeah.
So they're not great in the back end. I thought their front end would wreak more havoc than it has wreaked because Shaq Barrett led the league in sacks last year, and he's not on that pace anymore.
No, well, Skip, here's the thing. People are like, hold on. Dude got 19 sacks. He might be pretty good.
Yep.
Let's give him a little extra attention.
Okay.
And that's what they're doing. They're paying Shaq Barrett a little. They make sure they chip him with the tight end, or they chip his side with the back, or they slide the line his way. Because a lot of times, although JPP comes a bunch, Skip, they don't have a problem dropping JPP in coverage. That's why he has all those interceptions, Skip, because JPP will drop in coverage. Whereas Shaq Barrett, they're really trying to get him to pressure the quarterback. But Skip, you say, and Tom Brady hasn't been good against the blitz. But Tom Brady has been great when they haven't pressured him. You have to be able to pressure him with 4 because you don't want to sacrifice your back end, especially if your back end is deficient as the Chiefs.
Here's what scares me about a Chiefs defense that you don't have the highest regard for. They are ranked 7th in the National Football League in points allowed. They allow the yards, but they don't allow the points.
Right.
Something's pretty good there. So I don't think that they're a pushover. I don't think Tom Brady is going to be able to go up and down the field on them. To your point, you got to get some heat on him, and I don't know if they can. Do I love Tom Brady after a loss? Yes, I do, because he's been notoriously great after losses for the opposition's sake, where he's this is where he is most dangerous.
Yep.
When he went to Carolina, they were coming off the New Orleans debacle.
Right.
And Carolina had just gone to Kansas City and taken them to the wire. It was 33-31 at Kansas City.
That's Teddy Bridgewater.
It was Teddy Bridgewater, and he had a better QBR, 89 to Mahomes, 83 that day. So he effectively, quote unquote, outplayed Mahomes. So here's Carolina, and I told you on that Friday, man, this is a dangerous spot for them. It's a division game on the road, coming off that sorry effort against New Orleans. Can they dredge it back up? And did they ever? That was Brady masterpiece.
So if I give you a choice, I'm going to say, Skip, against the Chiefs defense, I'm going to give you Teddy Bridgewater on the road against the Chiefs defense, or I'm going to give you Tom Brady at home against the Chiefs defense with